What's going on, guys? So, this week's leadership topic focused on endurance. And I chose this topic because I believe that a leader should have an adequate amount of physical and mental endurance in order to lead their company to succeed over the long term. And there are three main reasons why I think this. The first reason is that you just want to be able to keep your company alive over a very long period of time. The second reason is that you're going to have to persevere through unforeseen obstacles. And the third reason you want to have an adequate amount of mental and physical endurance is so that you can gain the trust of your employees and the teammates that you work side by side with throughout your company. So, going back to that first reason of just staying alive, a lot of people in today's climate want to build a $1 billion company in a year or two. When I started Flybodies a couple years ago, I had those same aspirations. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have those aspirations because, some people have done it. So, it is possible. But the reality is that most companies take 2 to 3 years to even be profitable. So just staying alive for 2 or 3 years is an accomplishment in itself. You got to have the physical endurance to wake up every day and do things day in and day out without seeing probably much progress at all and do them on a consistent basis. And then you got to have the mental endurance to basically fight through all the no's that you hear on a day to day basis of people telling you that your business is probably going to go out, like it's probably not going to work. I was listening to a talk by the CEO of Airbnb. His name's Brian Chesky. And he said one of the best compliments that he got from a venture capitalist was that him and his Airbnb friends were like cockroaches. And he just said, you guys are cockroaches because you're going to find a way to stay alive. You're not going to die. And honestly, that's what you kind of have to be in the beginning. You got to find solutions to make enough money so that you can stay alive. All right, so we talked about staying alive. Now let's talk about perseverance. I'll give you a quick story of what happened to me one time. About a year ago, I was talking to this company who just bought a resort about building out a health and wellness spa for the resort. Long story short, they asked me to put all the numbers together and tell them how much personnel I would need to get this thing started. And I put that all together. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks. I was so pumped. I was freaking so excited. And I sent them all this information and I talked to them about like when they want me to come out there and stuff. And then I sent them an email that was like, "Hey, which day should I come out there?" And I never heard from them again. And I'm not gonna lie, first time I've ever been ghosted like that from a business standpoint. Definitely been ghosted by a lot of girls, but this was the first time where I put like 2 or 3 weeks in, um, and it sucked because I was just like, "What just happened?" Like put in so much work for 2 to 3 weeks and then nothing. So that definitely hurt. I had to like regroup because I was focused on that so much. I thought it was going to be a big break for fly bodies, and then yeah, nothing. I will say that a silver lining from all that is that now I have all the information ready if I'm ever going to maybe buy all that equipment or do something similar to that. But yeah, that kind of stuff's going to happen to you. I hope not a lot, but like it teaches you that don't put all your eggs in one basket. And also, it teaches you like sometimes some of the work that you do is going to be all for naught, and you're just going to have to forget it and drive on, as my dad would say. So you're going to have to persevere through a lot of annoying stuff like that, and also probably a lot of big things that happen as well. And so the last reason that I'm going to talk about is probably the most important reason, and that is building trust. In today's world, the first thing that a potential employee is going to want to know is that it can trust you to be able to pay them on time and to treat them right. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but what it does mean is that you have to follow through on your word probably 99 times out of 100. Those are the three reasons why I think it's super important to have an adequate amount of mental and physical endurance as a leader. I appreciate you guys watching this. I highly recommend going to read the book Endurance by Alfred Lansing. It's an incredible story of Ernest Shackleton and his attempt at trying to cross Antarctica with a team of men, and they get stuck in the ice and they have to travel 1,200 miles back to civilization through a lot of crap. And it's an incredible story. So I highly recommend going to get that book and reading it, or even listen to it on audiobook. So that's all I got. I appreciate it, guys. And if you have any comments or suggestions on things we should write about, please let us know, and keep watching these things. We appreciate it. Thanks, guys.